Well, the crude climb has been guiding all markets this week. For some perspective and potential direction, let's bring in George Gero. He is a Senior Vice President at RBC Wealth Management. George has traded oil and precious metals at the NYMEX for 30 years, so perfect person to talk to. George, good to have you back with us.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
What do you make of all the hubbub we make about $100 a barrel oil?
Well, first of all, the price is a media event. Price makes news. But this has been building. And the reason it's been building is because we've had terrible bad weather. And if you look at the price of other commodities, coffee, sugar, cocoa, cotton, OJ, or anything that's been weather hurt in the last 2 years, everything has suddenly been moving up. Then, on top of everything else, the government very wisely said they'd like 25% improvement in fuel economy for trucks. And of course, that brought in, you're going to use more ethanol. Does that mean that you're going to use more platinum and palladium to crack the crude into heating oil and gasoline? Does that
by the way, we need platinum, you were just telling me and Carol, for more than just catalytic converters, right?
Exactly. The oil industry uses platinum as a catalyst in order to crack or to break up, as it were, crude oil into heating oil and gasoline. So when you manufacture gasoline, you're also making heating oil. And now heating oil season is over. Gasoline is just starting. Today, the APIs, you had a 750,000 barrel drawdown, all of which came together with the beginning of about a month ago when Egypt started to erupt after Tunis. So you had Tunis, you had Egypt. Now, of course, you have Libya. 2% of the oil production may be curtailed. You have other problems. The perfect storm. And here we are at $100, and that's what brought it about.
George, back out Libya and the concerns over the Mideast. Would we still be or have hit $100 a barrel oil in your view?
Not necessarily. I think that it isn't a question of today's supply, it's tomorrow's supply. Will the ships be able to bring it in? Will those big super tankers that they have been ordering be ready in time to bring us what we need? And there's a good question about that. And of course,
even with Saudi Arabia out there in the IEA saying, don't worry about it, we can make up the difference, specifically when it comes to Libya.
Well, the Saudis said that they will make up whatever difference we need, but the question is, Saudi oil is of a different quality. Okay, you need quality. You need the kind that can be refined less expensively. And of course, gold is up $30 as we speak in the last month. And of course, black gold brought up the white gold.
Let me ask you about the huge swings that we've seen today. I mean, we talk about oil hitting $103 and we see it drop down to 97. Why the volatility?
Well, there's always been tremendous volatility. The higher the price, the bigger the volatility. And so many different things play into what makes up a price. These are world prices. These aren't prices that we in New York or the United States have as much to do with as maybe many years ago. Because today, if you look, the IPE price, Brent in London, was $110 and $115 when we weren't even 100. And of course, you wake up in the morning and you see where prices are in Europe, and you could see where everything is trading before the U.S. even opens. In fact, you'll find many other exchanges with much bigger volatility than we have.
And what about volume? I mean, how heavy was the action today? When we look at a spike like that, I mean, you have an all-access badge for all the commodities exchanges.
And here it is. This is one of the oldest badges on the exchange that lets me trade any commodity in New York.
How many people are still down there, though, doing that in person? I mean, how heavy does it get? I can tell you,
I would say that we have about 400 traders on the floor, down from maybe 3,000. And because of the electronic markets around the world, and we've become a global electronic village, money moves everywhere in seconds today in search of opportunity.
All right. Hey, George, we appreciate you joining us with your All Access badge today. George Gero there from RBC Wealth Management.